This relatively new pass was constructed between 1984 and 1988 at the then staggering cost of 125 million rand. Leading up to the Huguenot Tunnel from its southern side is the awe-inspiringly beautiful high-altitude viaduct bridge, which was the first of its kind to be built in South Africa. The bridge is simultaneously curved and cambered and was constructed by the incremental method. It soars high above the farm patchwork Meerspoort Valley. The 4-kilometer-long tunnel drastically reduced the distance of the old pass by 11 kilometers. Please note that the Google Earth satellite imaging cannot read a tunnel and instead follows the track of the road, so ignore the steep spike in the middle of the graph. From its starting point at the toll plaza in Paarl through to its termination at the Rawsonville junction on the N1, this 23.8-kilometer-long pass is considered one of the longer passes in South Africa, including a mountain pass and a poort all in one. It's quite a magnificent road from beginning to end, a visual feast regardless of how many times one drives it. Once past the toll booth pay point, the road underpasses the old R101 and immediately begins its stiff, long and straight ascent up towards the mountains at a gradient of 1 in 10. Near the end of this 2-kilometer-long climb, the road bears left and crosses over the awe-inspiring Meerspoort Viaduct, towering over the valley floor several hundred meters below. Take note of the construction and the elegant curve and camber, but pay attention to gusting crosswinds in summer, they can be vicious. High-sided trucks which are unladen and caravans are regular casualties of the wind on the bridge. Within a few hundred meters of crossing the viaduct, one arrives at the tunnel entrance. Amongst the many signs, the two most crucial ones are switch your headlights onto dip beams and then comply with the speed limit signs, which vary according to traffic conditions, though it's generally set at 70 kilometers per hour. Under no circumstances is overtaking allowed in the tunnel. It's strictly controlled on a 24-hour-a-day surveillance system by traffic officials. If you tend towards claustrophobia, keep the fumes out and your windows rolled up. Set the fan to recirculate. The road surface inside the tunnel is concrete and quite smooth, but the expansion joints set up a rhythmic vibration in some cars which can be a bit disconcerting. Once out the northern tunnel exit, the road follows the approximate course of the Molenaars River, itself a popular fly fishing area. Towering majestic mountains on either side provide for a glorious drive on the smooth and gentle curves of the new pass. The construction company should be applauded for their highly successful style of construction, working on a minimal impact campaign on the local environment. The northbound lanes sweep over a bridge, whilst the old pass passes overhead towards the summit in the opposite direction. After about 3 kilometers, the northbound lanes recross the river and soon pass to the Toits Kloof Lodge, now called the Toitskloof Lodge, which is the only hospitality establishment on the pass. You can stop here for a meal or overnight, and why not try your hand at fly fishing and rent a rod. This pass, despite all the excellent engineering, remains a major pass of 24 kilometers, traversing a major mountain range, and carries with it the alternative dangers of heavy traffic, much of which is heavy trucks and buses. The traffic authorities have made a major effort in terms of controlling overloaded and unroadworthy vehicles and focus specifically on trucks. A permanent weighbridge station operating 24 hours a day is located at the northern end at the Rawsonville intersection, and a second compulsory truck stop and inspection point has been built just about 1 kilometer north of the Huguenot Tunnel. In addition, there is an emergency arrestor bed for southbound trucks just before the toll pay point at the southern end of the pass. There are 4 overpass bridges along the road, one of which is a pedestrian bridge, and amongst the many engineering marvels along this pass are the tunnel itself, the beautiful Meerspoort Viaduct, and the many kilometers of carefully constructed underground culverts and retaining walls. All of these add up to the Toitskloof Pass today being a major improvement on the old pass, which had proved to be a major headache, causing many serious accidents with few overtaking opportunities on a double-width road with no emergency lanes.